Simon,
Yo.
Keith, and on VA we have Adrian and myself as MC, Jason. So Matt, you want to take us into this with the 86 kits?
Yes. So we're starting off the news with, I guess the Project 86 or the 86 anime, which I haven't watched yet, but Simon has. So if any non-spoilery things, because he's already tried to spoil a whole bunch of stuff.
I didn't spoil anything, you monster.
So might as well get into the slideshow. We actually have our images in a slideshow this time. It's going to look much better, and we're going to be able to control which pictures are, being talked about and everything.
Only a little bit. Only a little bit.
Yeah, only a little bit. But
Wow.
That'll come up in a second. So these kits are still up for pre-order. They're not even available in Japan, as I understand yet. So it's still a little while before they're gonna come. The show seems to be pretty nice and dark. I'm actually really looking forward to watching it. I just haven't had the time. The first kit we're gonna look at is the Figure Eyes
Lena.
figure of Lena, who is one of the obviously main characters, but she's the commander of the
Spearhead Squadron.
Thank you.
No problem.
And she's the one basically sending everybody to go off and die. So charming. And and of course I don't have. There we go. So I'm just trying to see that where we are at. Okay.
No.
So the slideshow is still sliding
I controlled the slideshow pretty much.
Oh, okay.
So when you want me to
so we're going pretty fast through the thingy. So I'm just I was gonna say basically on the second slide you can see that her accessories are her hat and her terrifying clipboard, and the paper is actually a sticker, which is kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
All her details, all the gold and brown and whatnot that you see is all stickers. So this would be, ideal for painting because it's just a little too stickery. Mm-hmm. And she has 3 faces. Now we can go to the next slide. With a crap load of eyes and eyebrow expressions, but they're also stickers. So I don't know how good this is going to really look. Like I wish these were dry transfers or best yet.
I don't think they do dry transfers anymore though.
No, they don't. See, that's the whole thing. But because it's going to have that huge, an eyebrow is going to be a big chunk of plastic now.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but usually figurized kits come with water slides and stickers, right?
Oh, do they?
It depends.
Well, it's from the ones I've seen.
Because the diver Nami one doesn't have decals. It only has stickers, and you can just paint the individual raised areas.
Okay. Well, the other ones did, like Ayame, May, Sarah.
Yeah. The other ones did, but actually, I don't know about Sarah.
Sarah had them.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Yep. Now the Juggernaut kits. We're starting off with 2, and I'm guessing the molds are pretty much identical except for the forward guns, the general purpose type has machine guns in front, while the hero, the Shinyu's, basically has vibro blades or 2 vibro blades that also sort of fold out as wings. It's kind of neat and whatnot, but pretty much everything else is exactly the same. The gun is the same. We know that there's going to be at least one. There's a short gun version, and if I'm not mistaken, I can't remember now if there was going to be a 4th version afterwards.
There's a long range version.
Long range, okay, yeah. So there are going to be 4 types. They are pretty darn flexible. One thing that though here on this slide, if you look at the very bottom left, there you can see that little clear trapezoidal stand, which makes me worry that the legs are really, really flimsy and can't hold up the weight. Because that would kind of really suck. Like
I
realistically,
believe that's the case, but at the same time, in my opinion, it might be a little bit better just because you're able to now move the legs into any like sort of position you want.
Yeah.
Kind of like this, right? I know I'm this is a toy here, but like when you have spider legs like this, usually you're not able to hold the weight of everything. So if you have something out, you can actually do like really neat ways of posing a spider-like being, right? Kind of look like it's you know, crawling or something. Whereas if it had all that weight on it, it might necessarily be able to pose like that.
No, for sure. And the gun is for sure going to be pretty damn heavy, and like I can see myself getting the kit just for the gun, and originally I know I was talking about using the head for something 1/60th size or whatnot, but the kit does come with wires, and you can see on the bottom there that it's sort of shooting out. I didn't include any images where you can actually bend them. They're regular wires. You can bend them in any shape you want. The other big difference between the two kits is the pilot figures. Both kits come with the 1/48 scale. I'm guessing that's going to be because the kit's supposed to be 1/48. So 1/48 kit of Lena, and then there are the two pilots that are going to be in each box. You also get, and these are scavengers, right, Simon?
Yeah, they're called scavengers.
Well, they look like the little mobile workers.
The little mobile worker looking thing, and obviously the picture on the right was a painted version, but it's an interesting looking kit. I guess from my point of view, I prefer things without stands, so you can always use a little bit of clear or something to reinforce the joints and make them a little bit more sturdy and to sort of hold up for at least being able to take some photos. Because I don't think you could pose that even if you strengthen the joints. I don't think it would stay there permanently. It would slump after a while. So. Yeah, and I threw in the stickers, pictures of the stickers, which I guess are different unit symbols, and beyond that, looks good. I really like that picture on the bottom from underneath. It looks really dynamic. So
what I like is how the way that particular model is posed, just because it's not like the standard whatever, right? If you take a look at it closely, you could tell that it's actually the legs are spread apart so that it's like it's bracing itself.
Yeah.
Right? So it's trying to get as much surface area as it can to stop itself from moving.
Yep.
So like it's a minor touch in posing, but I feel that's a good thing there.
So I feel like I should explain why certain things are a certain way in the story. So like the Juggernauts, according to the story, you notice how Lena, if you look at the box art, Lena has white hair while Shin, the main pilot, has dark hair. And they both look very different. That's because the kingdom or something is at war with this other kingdom. Like, don't quote me on this. I watched the first 2 episodes, but I don't know. I don't remember everything. But basically, the citizens of this kingdom are told, oh, we're fighting a war, a bloodless war with these autonomous machines, but that's a lie. They're using a minority population to pilot these machines to fight a war for them. They're forced into this. And Lena, the commanders, basically never actually, so far in the show, ever meet the pilots or whatever. They are commanding them through a online system where they tell them where to go and whatnot. And Shin's squadron is very special because it's the Ace Squadron, the Spearhead Squadron. But the problem is every commander of his squadron so far has either committed suicide or quit after serving them, after like commanding them. So and this is just the story of like this war and whatever, and then like the experiences they all go through. And like Lena actually gives a shit about the 86, unlike the other people. Very racist policies or whatever. So this is very relevant. Yeah, leave it at that, Jason.
Okay, so yes, moving on to the next kit that's coming out. We are looking at the Ultraman suit version 7.5. There it is. So this is the version. It's pretty much based on the full armored suit 7.5. It's pretty much if we can get a picture of just the suit front and back, or the slide of the suit front and back. It's set based on the full armored, but this scheme out of the manga, where they shift the color tone. The kit itself is using a metallic black and smoke gray. Going on to the next, you can see that the kit, the action model, so it doesn't come with the LED light. Instead, they replace it with a ab crunch, and also you get a picture of the metallic black with the smoke gray.
Kind of like a gunmetal gray, right?
Yeah, it pretty much has a glitter.
Is it like a stealth unit?
It's honestly, hardcore fans would know what that suit was meant for, but very the 7.5 Ultraman suit. The next slide will show that the original fully armored came with. I just recolored, so it matches. But it's set to come out sometime late this year.
Okay.
What was the build quality of the kits, by the way? Like, because like you sent that the ab crunch replaced the LED unit. Did it not have an ab crunch before? Because I've never built one of these Ultraman kits.
I've built that exact one, the original one. Yeah, there is no ab crunch because of the LED unit. I mean, it's cool that it comes with an LED unit, and with batteries too, surprisingly.
Oh.
Wow.
I'm kind of more interested in it because it has the ab crunch. I don't think LEDs do make a difference for me in the long run.
Yeah.
But then again, it's like it depends
and
on
Jason's heart breaks.
Yeah. Well,
he's all LEDs.
I know, but here's when you start, taking a look at different models and what they have to offer and who they more appeal to. So something like this kind of technology in this model kit would appeal more to me because I would like the way it would pose differently, right? Whereas the first version, I would assume Jason would like a lot better because it would have a cavity for the LED, right? But then again, since Jay does a lot of dioramas, or he's better at doing dioramas, they don't need to be moving that much anyway, so the ab crunch might not even be, something that Jay would be looking for in a kit, right?
And the LED unit that Bandai provides is pretty chunky.
Oh yeah,
like
it's
stuff. The stuff that Jason is using and some of us have bought too. All you need is the tiny those little 3-volt coin batteries. So as long as you can hide that coin battery, you're golden. So.
And I know like a lot of us are Bandai fans or anything, but their LEDs are not really that good anyway.
Yeah. Oh my god!
Because I've had a bunch of 00 kits, and every so often, like the one I have at our local hobby store is the Ixtia. It ran, I'll have to like tap the GN drive just to get it to flicker back on to the correct brightness.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it'll like flicker like this, or it won't show a solid color.
Yeah.
Well, those older style LEDs do give a lot of trouble. The LEDs that came with the Ultraman suits, they're better, right? More reliable.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not as I'd like them to be, but they're more. So they do have that going for them. But it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, like this suit, the build of it, Simon, I like your input, but it's good enough where if you wanted to, you can get both non-LED and LED units and still have pretty good kits.
Oh no, it's a cool kit. It's just like we're just like we're focused on mobility, so.
At
the end of the day, it's up to the person.
Exactly. Speaking of cool suits, let's talk about some Kamen Rider.
Okay, so I'm up for this. First up, we have the Cyclone Joker. I think this is like some sort of 50th anniversary artisan thing for this kit. Whoops. Oh, yeah, it's just one picture. To be honest, I think this is just a straight up re-release with like a new base. Because I have the Master Grade Cyclone Joker when it first came out, and it looks really, really similar. And it's in the same scale, I believe, as well. I think it's 1:6 scale. So, and it's $150 for the price point. I'm like, I don't think this is going to be worth it. But again, for people that missed out for the first time, you can get one with a better stand, right? So yeah, you can see here it has details for a lot of the parts, the belt especially, and the small Gaia memory sticks that it comes with that it uses to transform. So yeah, and on to the next kit would be the Ryuki. This is an HG figurized standard. But this should be a bit more expensive than the other Kamen Rider counterparts, because it also comes with the dragon. Now the dragon also comes with like a crap load of stickers, but that's for like the side of it where it's really like a smooth side. So having part separation there is not going to be that good. But it's understandable on what they choose. It also seems to have little cards in there for the motive of transformation. To be honest, I wouldn't really pick this kit up just because I have the SH Figure Arts Ryuki, which is already built, and it's pretty much the same thing. So, except at least with the Bandai this version, you're building it, and you can change the color. And that's all I have on that.
What really surprised me, I was anyway. Wacky was showing me some stuff with the SH Figure Arts Kamen Riders. I didn't realize that they also sell some extra accessories and different belts. So like that belt with the USB sticks, they actually sell them as gachas, like gashapons.
In the model size or the actual belt?
So it's like accessories for SH Figure Arts. You can go and get them as gashapons. Really? And there's always the one that people want the most out of each series.
Yeah.
And it's like all the other ones are like, $3-4, $80. It's just crazy.
Because they usually with gachapons they'll have like, hey, everything here there's 5 of, and in the bag there's a chase figure.
Yeah.
Right. So. Yeah,
and it's always like the one that it seems because he was actually looking for a belt for this particular. I know nothing about Kamen Rider, but he was looking for that, and of course it was the super duper expensive, rare thing because it was the most popular Kamen Rider guy. So
yeah.
Anywho, but I found that kind of interesting that they would actually do accessories that way, which is in some ways kind of frustrating.
It is because It's smart in a way that because now you're getting people to it's like the whole card game, like Magic the Gathering, right? You need that one piece.
Yep.
There's not going to be a lot of supply, right?
Yeah. So. And the other thing is that what's good about it, because what they could do is basically release a whole new figure, or it's basically the same figure with new accessories, and now you have to buy a whole new figure. So this is. It's intended for people in Japan because they have access to those gachas. We have to pay through the nose to get them, but
that's usually the case, though, right?
Yeah, of course.
Bandai ever acknowledged our international fans? Let's find out never.
Never.
To some extent, the Meijin was here at Otakuthon, and we are able to participate in GBWC, so they do know we exist.
We're just not a priority. That's all.
We certainly are not.
We're
like the black sheep.
We're the little bit of extra cash they have.
Spain without the S guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. Matt, you want to take away the new Star Wars kits? Actually, it's been a while.
Yes, I am so happy that this has come out because every 5 minutes, somebody somewhere is starting a rumor that Bandai is dropping the license, is losing the Star Wars license, will never print new kits, will da-da-da-da-da. And it's kind of true that for the last year and a half, if not more, all they've done is reprints and recolors. And having a brand new kit is, well, actually 2 kits, we'll see the Razor Crest in a moment, is really, really nice. At first, so there's the Mandalorian kit is comes in 2 versions. There's the silver plated and the basic sort of unplated version. Mm-hmm. They're going to be about $20-25, difference between them. So since I've got an airbrush, I know which I'm going to get.
Yep.
But it's like literally going to be probably $40 to $45 for the uncolored version, and 65 plus for the silver plated one, which is a little harsh.
I'm
but
looking at the accessories. It has
wasn't Captain Phasma the same price?
I don't remember.
That was all silver plated. Yeah. Even the gun.
Oh. Yeah.
I'm looking at the accessories, and like I see the dark saber. I see his rifle, the Beskar spear.
Yep.
What's that underneath? Oh no, that's the spear. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, because the silver plated is just looking at it. The silver plated is basically 5,300 yen. So that's pretty much close to $70. Yeah. So painful.
Yeah, Dobbs wants to buy both, and I'm like, dude, man, watch your wallet.
Yeah. And I for sure, if they're doing the Mandalorian, IG 11's going to be showing up. I'm pretty sure. I'm sure they're going to try to reuse some of Boba Fett's sprues and have the older version as well. And who knows? There's so many other Mandalorians they could create and.
Bo-Katan.
Yeah. So it's I think we're gonna see a number of kits from the Mandalorian come out. Mm-hmm. Now the Razor Crest is kind of interesting.
Character as a model kit.
Oh dear.
So I'm super happy about this because this is actually stupidly tiny.
Is it?
This is So if you look at the stands. This is if you look at those machine collection Star Wars kits, the little tiny, where the X-wings are 1/44 scale.
Yeah.
Because if this would be about the size of the Slave 1. So you guys have seen the 1/44th scale Slave 1. It's
the size of an HG.
Yeah, this thing is going to be the size of 2 golf balls, let's say.
Oh, it's like those tiny.
Is it?
It's the tiny kits. Yeah, look, take a close look at the stand, and now here's my. Or should bring me back or bring back the video.
Oh my god,
So here is the same stand on your and this is what I figured the
Razor Crest.
The Razor Crest is going to be.
So I'm assuming this is like a $10 model or something, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Well, actually, because these guys are about 15, so these are the larger versions. Like the X-wings are around 10. Yeah. Or basically fighters are around 10. This is a spaceship, so it's a little bit more. And they also have a plated version. And it's basically 1,200 yen for the regular color, and 2,400 yen for the silver plated version. So though actually, if you put the slide back on, what's interesting is what we're seeing here, and why the unplated version looks pretty darn good is somebody weathered it.
Yes.
Unless and that's I have a feeling that what we're really looking at here. At these images, these are original 3D renders. It's not an actual kit, because the weathering that you see on the unpainted version, if you look closely, especially the engine nacelles, is on the plated version as well, but underneath the silver. It's peeking through the silver, unless somebody just basically took a picture of one and then sprayed it with silver over it or something. But I don't know. But it's looking. I like it. I love little kits because it feels like a win when I finish one because I finish so few kits in general. And I don't have that much room, so having a whole bunch of little ships up on my desk is always nice.
No, having little kits is pretty cool.
Yeah. So I'm very, very pleased. And from this, I wonder whether Bandai is going to look at, how does this little one sell? Should we put out a 144 scale version of it?
Yeah.
I think they probably will in the end.
Yeah. It's the Razor Crest, I believe, is popular enough.
Yeah.
To warrant something like that. Which reminds me that did Bandai ever release a Ghost model kit?
That's from the cartoon?
Yeah.
No,
they never. They've only ever touched the movies.
The movies,
really.
Okay. Yeah.
They never touched the cartoons.
Yeah, because even the Ghost would be another one that would be pretty cool with it, right?
Like I'm fairly certain they're going to release a version of the TIE Fighter, the variant of the TIE Fighter with the folding wings and the landing gear. I had dreams of making one. I had the TIE Fighter. I was going to mod it, but that would take me 2 years. So I'll finish my other projects first. Anywho, but yes, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to both kits, and I'm still waiting for Bandai to make a TIE Fighter pilot or ATST driver. Those are my favorite, I guess, uniforms or Imperial get-ups. So there it is.
Okay. So moving on. So there's the new kits, I guess, of sushi.
Yeah, I found this the other day. What are your thoughts on this?
It's glorious.
Is it a Bandai product?
I believe it's not a Bandai product.
No, it is not
a Bandai product.
What is this?
It looks weird, to say the least.
It's a great meme, dude.
Viewers will be happy because no fish were harmed during the making of this.
Yeah.
Maybe not. It's made out of plastic, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Is each grain of rice individual pieces of plastic?
Yep.
Oh, I don't think I put. Yeah, I don't think I put that.
And you have to take it off the sprue and then glue it together.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And and I think the pieces of fish are like really soft plastic, so you're able to drape it over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because on the
yeah,
I'm just gonna get real sushi at that point. My god.
here is give people the ability to make those displays that you would see in
restaurants.
Yeah.
Restaurant displays. They're trying to give people the ability to do that. So they're trying to step up from ramen, cup noodles.
Hey,
right?
The cup noodle kit was awesome. How dare you?
I'm interested in how the rice sticks together, though.
Oh, glue. It has to be glue.
The way it is, you just
but isn't that gonna make a really big mess?
Possibly. Well, no, but that you need to use just a tiny little bit. So
Yeah, but you're gonna see some kid go ah!
This is not some kid is not gonna make this. This is really a kit for serious OCD people who either want the challenge or they want to count the grains of rice.
All right, Matt, we know what we're getting you for Christmas.
We know what we're getting
No, absolutely not.
2-year project right here, boys.
There, 5 years, go.
So, Matt, what are you doing for today's build day? Sanding a grain of rice.
Because that's exactly what I would do.
And then that's gonna have to get more tools.
Yeah, I'll bet you that you could actually just use uncooked rice, glue it all together, and you might need to spray it a little bit to make it whiter, and
Speaking of things that don't make sense, moving on to the next product, we have the Haro popcorn container.
Yes.
Yes.
Or container in general, but why not?
Well, here's the thing. So from what I hear, and it may need to be proven still, but from what I hear, this right now is a limited item only sold at Gundam Base, and not with the pronunciation, the Sojioka factory. No,
Yeah, it's the Yokohama factory, where the big walking
Gundam is.
Grandpa is. Yeah.
Food court.
Food court.
The food court item.
Yep.
You probably buy your popcorn in it.
Yeah.
Basically, that's
probably, yeah.
It would
just
make a
like
lot
in
of
movie
sense.
theaters, right?
There's a strap there too, right? So like, if you're sitting down, why would you need a strap? I'm guessing.
Little
it's-
Timmy's
I guess
running
it's
around
to
the
walk
horror.
around. It's gonna like,
Yeah.
you know, it's gonna be a Flavor Flav instead of a clock now.
That's so bad.
Hey, I mean, like, what's cool about the thing? It's literally made for sharing because
Yeah,
I
it
guess
is.
you can open up the ears in Haro and you guys can go in. Oh, I don't like. Okay.
Why are you holding my hand? I find it funny how they use the shooting Haro version though from 00 instead of the regular green.
Or pink even, because
Yeah,
good
that's
to see.
surprising.
No, those.
Yeah.
You can
Those
do a
make-
pink one for the Gundam Seed anniversary because Lacus Klein always had a pink Haro. Well, she had a lot of
There'll
Haro.
be a bunch of them.
Yeah. From what I understand,
Probably just didn't make the popcorn look that good.
Yeah,
From what I
maybe. That could be why.
It doesn't accentuate the seasoning enough.
Oh man.
Simon, you want to take us away with the 30-minute mission update?
Yeah, so 30-minute missions, they just announced a bunch of new option parts, and we're getting freaking mystical up in here. So right now you see the multi-wing, which is designed to either to go on both the Spinato and Spinata, but really any type of 30 mission kit. It also has an option part to make your kit have some Ashura set up, so you have multiple arms.
That one I think belongs to
That's
the
for the
dog.
that's for the dog kit. Sorry.
Yeah.
So it looks like the multi-wing can also attach to the leg, like one of the boosters.
Yeah.
I believe there was a booster set a while ago that you could basically replace the legs with like
Yes.
boosters. The
Yeah.
multi-wing does the same thing here.
Yeah. That one came with the Alto Flight type, I believe.
Yes, so this is more designed for the Spinata and Spinato based on the face features.
Yes.
facial
and
armor?
ponytail features too.
That too. And then the dog mecha. I mean, it's cool. I mean, like it has blades all over its body that can be attached in the mouth of the mecha or attached to your 30-minute mission kit. It's an option part. It's designed to do that. You can put a tail on your Spinato or 30-minute mission armor if you're into that type of thing. But hey, you do you.
I think you're missing a picture in here. Oh no, you're not. Never mind. I see it.
Yeah. It can also hold the blades in a mouth like a Baku.
I like the fact that you can use it as the head. You use
Yeah,
a dog
and
head.
you can do the Ashura arm thing. Have multi arms on your kit.
Yeah.
And if it's on like under $10, I'm gonna buy one of these dogs.
I believe it probably will be.
I think it's
Um,
like $10,
it's cute.
$12 around that
It-
range.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so next thing is a little weird for me. The Witchcraft Weapon Set. Okay, so we're getting freaking magical now with 30-minute missions.
I really like this. I
mean,
do
it's
like
cool, but okay. So you got some Doctor Strange set up with like the hand and the energy shield, going like this. Yeah,
I
you can
really
go
like
this
the
now.
energy shield.
Go like that. It has a scythe. That's really cool.
Oh man, you can go like all RPG on this.
Pretty
Oh.
much. I mean, look at the weapons. You have like the staff, and you can have
Yeah.
different option parts. You can literally make a magic scepter out of this thing, or you can have a scythe, or you can have like different beam blades poking out of it. And it has like open expressive hands, which is a really big deal.
I have a stupid idea
Oh,
with this.
question.
Yes.
Can you use this stuff with like the figurized like Ayame and Mei?
I'm pretty sure you can.
You probably could. I mean, 30-minute missions designed for customization. It's like, it's based. They use
Most of it's
standardized
3 mil pegs.
mil pegs, so it's designed for customization. So you could probably just either use an existing peg or make your own.
Yeah.
3mm
Okay.
point. So yeah.
I have a stupid idea of having a bunch of these kits. Not like a whole bunch of the same ones, but now with this different type of armor and weapons, you could probably make your own D&D character and have them like.
Akito, magical girl.
You
kid.
could just
Mix
paint your
color
own
rich.
D&D mini. For crying out loud, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Akito-
hey, you could customize this a lot better than you can a little minifigure.
Well, true, but it's not really gonna fit on the map.
Yeah, Akito
Unless you may
loves
upgrade
this.
your map.
No, just look at that. You see, Akito's like, yo, you can make a multi-arm Gundam kit. Yes.
Yes.
Magical Girl Kit. Okay.
Listen, Akito, Scarlet Witch was my idea.
You can make Scarlet Witch.
I am planning on making a Scarlet Witch model.
Yeah, with
after
the face.
I saw some of this stuff.
Well, the mask, if you go back to the image, Adrian, I think that mask isn't from the Scarlet Witch the Witch armor set. It's from the.
It's the ninja one.
Yeah, the Spinata type. I believe that's the Fencer type.
Yeah, I want to get the other one, the pink one. That one has more of a Scarlet Witch-esque crown thing on it. That's what I was gonna use.
Yeah, I think the assassin type.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pink one's the assassin type. The purple one's the Fencer type.
Yeah.
All right. Jason, where are we?
30-minute sisters.
The 30-minute sisters.
Yeah.
Oh, it's still me. Right, my bad.
It's you for a while.
They announced this literally a few days ago that, hey, there's a new 30-minute sister coming out, and here it is. Taisha Color B. It's a sword and shield type, and there's going to be an option armor that's a flight-inspired type as well. That's it. I mean, there's not much to say. 30-minute sisters. That's the only images we got. It comes with the option armor. They can get separately, as Bandai loves doing.
No, I mean, like, we didn't get that much information with the last one either, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, the first one we got a lot of information, like different option parts, like you can change the face and hair and everything.
Well, actually, I think one thing we didn't put onto it is actually, yeah, we didn't. We dropped the ball on this. There actually has been a couple more option parts out for
like different hair and stuff, right?
Yeah, there's a couple more different hairstyles that came out. There's different faces. So I think, Matt, you're right that they will come with a pre-painted faces, or at least like pre-painted eyes. Mm-hmm. And they're selling, I think, them as sets of 4 in different packaging. And as well as a separate body type, not the one with like the huge boobs.
Bobs.
Yeah. Now they have a different body type there.
Yeah, they're getting into like freaking what's that series called? Kotobukiya.
Oh, Frame Arm Girls type.
Frame Arm Girls territory.
Yeah, that's Megami device.
AKA IRL DLC kits.
Alright,
as Wacky puts it.
Though the thing is, I wouldn't complain too much about the wealth, shall we say, of option kits.
Nope.
Because you look at a Megami device at close to 100, and same with the Frame Arm Girls. Here you're getting a fairly plain figure, and then you can customize it with whatever you want. So you don't have to buy all the option parts. Of course, we're lemmings that are gonna go, open up our wallets and grab everything.
I like how they're doing this.
Yeah, it's a lot cheaper, basically. Let's put it that way. It is,
because what I don't like them doing, which I find in America they do a lot, like North America they do a lot, because in Japan, when I was younger, I was trying to get into Beyblades. And in Japan, you can actually buy each individual piece that you need, whereas in North America, they all have in presets, so you always have to spend like $15 every single time. Whereas in Japan, you could just spend like $5 and say, "Oh, I just need this one piece." They'll be like, "Oh, here, take it." So the marketing has shifted a couple times in terms of those kinds of decisions where. Should we separate option parts or should we include them in other kits, right? Because you are paying more if, for unwanted stuff.
Yeah. And in the end, I'm sure that, if you look at the, price per gram of plastic, if you want to put it that way, we're actually paying more with the option parts for the smaller packages, but you don't have to buy all of them then.
Exactly.
If you do buy all of them, you're probably getting up there to the Frame Arm Girl kind of price points. But that's your choice then. So.
Okay. So let's move it on. So Keith and Adrian, you guys want to take us away on what's the latest on Universal Sentry kits?
Yeah. So right now we have 2 kits that are coming out really, really soon. So I think this month it's the She Gundam.
I think it's already out.
Yeah, it's out in Japan, but it's not out in North America yet. It's still being shipped over. I'm really excited about this one. I said it before. It's one of those older kids that never got, shown any love. But yeah, it's being released. And so is this big set. The She versus Penelope. So this will have, I think this is in June or July that it's coming out. And it's the same two kits, except it also has effects for funnels.
Mm.
Yeah.
Do we have any numbers for the pricing of this big funnel missile effect set?
$250.
I think Keith Wallace just had a heart
my
attack.
goodness.
So I saw pictures of the actual box itself. It's like a PG box.
It's huge.
Yeah,
I
figured.
It's massive.
Well, just the Penelope box was massive, right?
Yeah,
so it's Penelopes
the
together.
Penelope and the She and more parts. So it's gonna be like, yeah.
You think this box is gonna be like a Neo Zeon levels where the box is gonna have a handle?
Yeah, it does have a handle.
Oh Lord!
I'm not joking. It has a handle.
PG size, remember guys, PG size.
PG size, yeah.
If it has a handle, you're spending a lot of money.
Yeah.
Also, I think Matt, this is being released soon as well. The Mark V, the Gundam Mark V, or is it just announced?
P Bandai.
Yeah, it's P Bandai, but
P Bandai.
That's how they're gonna make money from now on.
Yeah.
Like and before we get to the bathrooms and whatnot, something that I've been saying for the last little while, something I realized that Bandai, when the reason that I think that P Bandai is getting more and more releases is that Bandai realized that they can get a lot more money when they don't have to sell through other people. And since they're selling mostly in Asia anyway, why only get wholesale prices when you can get wholesale and retail at the same time?
Yeah.
So they're making twice the amount of money for each kit, and more stuff is going to end up being P Bandai.
Yeah, which is unfortunate for us, right? And
yeah,
I mean,
it sucks for us, but
like just recently that the Gunpla scene has exploded in well, at least in our area anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it is doing really well in North America. It's still tiny in comparison to what's going on in Asia.
Definitely.
But
still
still.
mad about the Zaku, what they did to it.
Okay.
Very upset.
Okay. So for the Gundam Mark V, have we ever experienced like a similar kind of frame for the MG in an MG format?
No, this was built for P Bandai. This is built ground up for P Bandai, but it looks of it.
Okay. So this is like it's first of its kind essentially, right? In MG format.
Yeah.
I think the closest you can get to it is probably from the HG Unicorn line, like the Silver Bullet,
Silver Bullet,
the Silver Bullet suppressor, and then like the Xeon version with the mono eye. I forget the name of it. Someone help me out, but
a Dovin Wolf?
Yes.
Dovin Wolf. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I was looking at the the design structure because I'm not super familiar with like this further like you take me past like Mark II of Gundam and I'm just like you've completely lost me because it's like okay, I can see the natural progression. Don't get me wrong. It's like Gundam Mark 1, Mark 2. You're like, okay, Mark 2 is a little bit more beefier, a little less humanoid, more like angular, stuff like that too. And then Mark 3 looking a lot more like a Zeta, like a Delta almost. And then you go over to Mark 5 and this looks like Zeonic almost. You're just like, this looks nothing like the Earth Federation would have produced. But I believe this is like what in the future? It's like in like
it's all part of the Gundam Sentinel stuff. The photo book.
Yeah.
Was this built by Federation or Xeon, or is this like Anaheim Electronics just screwing around and selling to both teams?
Probably more like Anaheim, I believe.
Okay.
It seems a lot like it.
Actually,
I just looked it up. Developed by the Augusta New Type Research Institute, which doesn't really.
I believe that's
as a refined
Xeon.
Version of the Psycho Gundam.
Oh.
Oh, okay, so it's probably Federation then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is Federation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Amuro drove it too.
Emro driving a Gundam like a car in its stick, guys. And I'm like, let's go, boys. There is a mobile suit that was driven like a car in G Fighter.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, well, that's another
No
conversation
comment.
for
No,
another time.
okay, skip, next. So, next we have the Barzams.
Yes.
Keith, would you like to take it away with that one?
The Barzam. Okay. So just give me a second here. I won't lie. A little caught off guard for the Barzam because I typically don't really. I'm not super familiar with the what was it? The Attack of Zeta.
Yeah, AOZ.
Well, you're in luck
Advance of
because
Beta, yeah.
Matt can help you out with
Yeah,
that. Right?
Yeah, this is actually even going beyond that. So Daban, like the magazine, put together back in 2014ish, 15ish, a bunch of really awesome illustrations, and called it the AOZ reboot. And so these are basically P Bandai HGs. The purple one is the standard unit. The red one is an officer's unit.
No, the red one's the stolen version stolen by Xeon, isn't it?
Possibly. Oh, that's right. Yeah, yes, of course. Sorry, duh.
I have my Barzam here, so we could talk about the differences between this one and the base kit.
Yeah.
So yeah, keep going.
Okay,
So no, I was just gonna say that I'm really pleased because I'm a big fan of the AOZ kits, the sort of the blue and white-ish ones that we've seen for years.
Yeah.
Test type, deployment
Some
type.
absolutely fabulous designs that are coming out of these books. So these two here are future. The one on the left is the Aqua Barzam, and so go back to that other the next slide, please. Yeah, so that's the Aqua Barzam and the Barzam 2. And if you take a close look at number 2, you see that those horns and the sort of headdress open up like the unicorn.
Oh boy, Gerald's gonna have fun with that.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know if the HGs are going to do that. I think the HGs, it's going to be just a straight up one piece
replacement. Yeah.
But maybe if they do a Barzam 2 in the future, because those two variants would be fairly straightforward. Because actually, what the at least the in the illustrations, because this is actually part of one big massive illustration. The stuff on the Aqua Barzam is actually a Herdudu 2. Yeah. Separated out in parts and attached to it, or maybe actually two Herdudu 2s. I'm not really sure. But you also see that for the heads, for example, you can start off with a regular Zaku head, or with some other heads, and you attach other little pieces to it, and you turn it into something completely new. Yeah. So
well, it's that one piece, that one face shield piece.
Yeah.
Right.
Those are actually two different ones.
It looks like
has
slightly two different ones.
The other Barzam, they got lazy with it and just attached all the Mark II weapons on the right arm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because even with the so in the previous picture, on this one, I noticed that the blue one is the Titans one then.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have the Titans logo at the top.
So then the Titans one is the one with the weird, and I see they used they also labeled which kits they used too, like the RMS 106, which I believe is that the Zaku Kai?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Or the
so they use the High Zack. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I took out that there was it's a fairly massive image, and it actually shows you all the different kinds of because it got cut off because I was just focusing on that thing. So there's even more parts, and AOZ has always been about modularity. So I'm gonna guess that they're gonna keep on going with that theme.
For a modular line, all their kits seems to be very exclusive.
Well, yes.
Bandai. Well, hence the and try to do it in MG for God's sakes.
Yeah, no.
So the Barzam, I have a regular Barzam here, and we could actually break down the differences between the P Bandai kit and the regular release.
Go for it.
So right off the bat, Adrian, if you can go back to the kit images.
This one, or you want this one?
No, the actual
kits.
kits.
Okay, I'll send you to the Titans one.
Okay, so you can't really see it here, but the hip unit, as you can see here, is like some sort of, you can't really see it, but it's just a gray frame. If I do that. Yeah, okay. But if you look at the kit itself, it uses the wound wart hip joint. Like it has that white drum and everything.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I'm seeing it now.
Yeah.
So is that lending it to like more like stability, more posability potentially, or is that just the?
Probably, yeah. And then like you can see different thrusters compared to this guy as different back thrusters in the backpack, and the Xeon stolen version, the Re-Xeon version, it has hover units in the back of the legs for like ground mobility.
Mm-hmm.
Those hover units fold down like tank treads, like on the Go Ride kits of Kotobukiya.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Cool. Didn't even know that. Well, research.
Next thing.
No, Yudi is a friend of ours who works at our local hobby shop. He and I love AOZ. Like we want to see the Oswala. We want Bandai to release the Psycho Gundam arms as a booster pack for AOZ.
Oh wait. On the topic of that too, then do you like are these things going to be able to use the older AOZ like option sets as well too? Because you know how it is with like AOZ kits, like they always have like these P Bandai expansion parts. It's like you're gonna have to get this other kit in order to get that little expansion piece. So I'm hoping that these guys are probably going to be able to use that too, because otherwise that's just I wouldn't put it past Bandai to do that. So
there is an option set where I believe the Barzam uses the Hazel legs and arms. I could be wrong, don't quote me on that, but I'm assuming it would allow for that type of modularity, which is the point of AOZ.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if you can use the wound wart legs on this one. So
the little tiny legs.
Oh man. It's a space type. It's not meant for standard.
For all we know, the big legs just they slide on to the little legs. I think one of the kits does that, if I remember correctly.
Well, you need like attachment points. So like you have the wound war arms a certain way like this, and you attach this part, and like you gotta fold up the whole leg unit into itself and attach this other part to attach the Hazel legs. This will take a whole episode if we talk about those.
Yeah. So we'll move on to the next thing. For HG UC releases anyway. The next thing that I want to talk about is the Nightingale. So the Nightingale is finally being released for HG 144 size. Even then, it's still going to be pretty big. 40 centimeters. Wingspan of 40 centimeters.
That's a lot of shelf space.
Yeah, that is.
Consider the RE100, right? It's even bigger, right? So.
Now it's shown a bunch of it's being shown doing a bunch of other stuff like action poses, but I wonder if the funnels are gonna move as well.
I think they might release a P Bandai funnel set for this thing.
Not Bandai. A funnel set. I would say effect set, but the actual funnels. Right?
I could see them putting out a, they're just like when the Penelope and She set, you have those yellow, clear. If the funnels can pop out, you could probably use something like that.
We have those already. It's just the fact that are they going to be able to disconnect from the main wing, right?
Well, if the SD can, why not the HG?
It really depends, right? Because
the SD kit, the funnels do come out of it. You actually have to like file and like sand down each funnel or putting into the
I understand that, but just because they do it for one line doesn't mean they do it for the other, right?
It doesn't
like
mean
something like the SD Zeta, when it first came out, it didn't have a transformation method.
Well, and then it came out as a booster part.
Yeah, and you still can't transform it. You have to choose either or.
Oh yeah, it's a parts former.
No, it's not a parts former. It's a straight up conversion kit.
Really?
You can't transform it.
Oh.
I'm looking at these pictures right now. They look like they're gonna be popping out anytime soon. Like something just tells me it's just gonna more or less be like a solid piece itself.
Yeah.
Because like if you were going to showcase that you can detach it, then they probably would have made a point to do so. especially for the promo. But
well, remember these are preliminary promos too. So
these are these are prototype images. I'm guessing
a lot more pictures are going to come out when we get closer to that time.
And you also recently Bandai has been loving releasing a kit, and then soon after releasing the same kit with option parts in it.
Yes.
Or usually effects parts or whatever. So
like the Zia Penelope.
Yeah.
Yay!
You know, Ava 1 with its stand and whatever. So I can totally see there being the basic model, and then some option parts and a stand, like a proper action stand.
They're going to do that. There's no other way. They are going to do that.
Yeah.
I was kind of disappointed it wasn't an RG though, but whatever.
Yeah. It makes sense because if it was an
RG, it would have been like easily $100+.
Yeah,
it would have been really expensive.
It would have made the CR look like a cheap kit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it definitely, I'm pretty sure they definitely wanted to like pair it off with the RG High New, which we're going to talk about next. Because obviously they wanted to showcase that these two face off. And this is actually really exciting because like, even though I'm not super familiar with this, like kind of like this alternate reality sort of thing, but I did love the high grade. Sorry, the RG. I did really like the RG new Gundam. So like I'm just excited. It's basically at this point, it feels like it's gonna be more like almost like an option set because it's like the same frame and build and everything. But then the backpack is where like the magic's at. You know, you're like, ooh, look at all of those.
Look at the legs.
Being a bit.
Ooh, oh, look at that kneeling. Oh my god, that mobility.
Oh.
Ooh.
Those panel separations and everything. Oh,
you've seen it here, folks. Two grown men just jizz themselves. Looking at
fetishizing knee bending, right?
All that knee.
Yo, look at chat. Bob's like, those curves on the Nightingale. Oh my god, Dom, drink some water.
The Workin' Podcast has become what? Mecha Files and.
Yeah.
Working on My Strange Addiction soon.
My Strange Addiction. Yeah. I guess we'll see more information on this new Gundam. I think they might do the same thing with this kit as they did with the original new RG, where they, again, as you said, Matt, initial release they'll have funnel effect parts.
Yeah.
Right, because
at least they won't send Bandai another set of funnels like they did with the new gun.
Well, the thing is about this kit, that was pretty cool with the MG is that the funnels themselves had an effect part for the little lightning thing that happens in between the V funnels.
Oh, they're gonna Bandai that.
No, they might not, because that was a regular release.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, actually, that's one thing. Like,
with all the Zaku types for Gundam Seed Destiny, but look what they did.
Yeah, well, this is UC. you remember, UC is the firstborn son for Bandai. Everything for UC. Firstborn son. Everything for UC. Everything after is an afterthought. Why, Gundam Seed? Why can't you be like your older brother UC? Why can't you be as popular as he is? All the Asian audiences that watch this are like, yo, I felt that. I felt that right here.
G yourself is the red-headed stepchild.
Yes. The red-headed
Yes. Facts. Preach.
G Savior was given up for adoption. Okay, let's go for the next thing.
Yeah. I want to take Getter Bot?
Yeah.
What is
Getter Robo Arc.
Yes.
It's yet another Go Nagai property. And this is going to be an HG kit, but I'm not sure. And actually, I think it may not be part of the line that we've seen, the Mazen Kaiser and Grandizer and those guys. Those had had a very specific art style to them. So Get a Robo Arc, or actually Get a Robo Aku, because that Aku is actually some Sumerian something. Anyway, let's put it this way. The story has a half human, half dinosaur hybrid character, so you know what you're getting into. So yeah, anyway. But what's interesting, so I didn't realize that this was a newer, one of the newer Get a Robo series. It was a manga in 2001. And what you saw in the upper right corner, in July, there's a new anime coming out of it, kind of coming out. So this is actually coming out in September and coinciding with the release of the new anime series. And, you know, all I can say, I could open up a page and start, you know, reading this, you know, the double tomahawk, you know, all the different hot-blooded super robot things you're supposed to yell when you know your machine starts throwing attacks around. But in general, it's yet another, you know, aliens threaten the Earth and the Institute of something or other, and the, you know, the son of the professor getting into a big machine, and off we go. So been there, done that. About
mecha trope.
Yeah, it's the Gona guy, you know, golden standard, and I will give the anime a try. It might actually be pretty good, though. There is a trailer. There's a 30-second trailer on YouTube. If you go off, you can just Get a Robo Arc, and the animation is very, very 3D. Maybe this is still early stuff that we're seeing, but I was not super impressed.
Do we know which company is doing the animation?
To be honest, didn't even bother checking. But hey, I do have the wiki page open, so it might say anime produced by B Media.
B Media.
I have never heard. It's probably some small production company that was created for this specific anime, probably.
Because what I was hoping for was a lot more nostalgic mecha / tokusatsu kaiju type anime to come out, right? Ever since we saw that Gridman series, that was like a nice reboot / sequel type of thing. So that one was really good, and I was excited. And they're having a second season, so I was hoping they were having more, you know, they were branching off into other intellectual properties. In order to.
Well, this story is about 20 years old, and it does have a hybrid of a half dinosaur, half man. So you know, you may be happy. I don't know.
Maybe.
I love how Keith Harris like it's one of these things.
One thing that I am pleased with. I don't know if you guys know or are aware of Jam Project, or the audience is aware of Jam Project. They're doing a song for the opening theme. Ooh. So this will be hot-blooded. So there you go.
All right. And so you're saying that this thing is half alien, half dinosaur or something?
Oh no, there is a character that one of the characters in the show is so I don't screw this up. Where did this go? A human dinosaur hybrid.
Oh.
Sho Kamui. Yes.
All right.
Yeah. Though from the image search that I did, and I think I've seen a fairly human-looking guy with green skin and some scales around the eyes and whatnot. So it's not super duper dinosaur-y. But
super duper dinosaur.
Because there is the remnants of the dinosaur empire. Oh, I see.
Okay.
Dinosaur empire.
I have several questions.
And there are also techno-organic insect-like aliens from the Andromeda Flow country.
Techno-organic.
Yeah. Right. So as you can tell, I know of these things, but I've never really been a true fan. So
yes.
All right. Well, speaking of dinosaurs, let's bring it on to our next kit.
Oh yes.
Ta-da!
Bandai is going and doing interesting things.
So, when I saw this, I was really excited about it.
I was very surprised by this, but I am not against it.
Yeah. I look at this, and it's a fair-sized piece as well, so it's probably not going to be super cheap.
35 centimeters.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
From head to tail.
Looking at it, my first thought was... there are many thoughts. Well, I'll get to that in the next slide. But for this, it was actually Adrian. We were talking about this yesterday.
Yeah.
And you had an interesting point about weathering on this.
Yes. So this would be a really, in my opinion, would be a very, very valuable kit for people doing dioramas, because then it's the way bones are shaped. It allows for a lot of detail to be engraved inside the bone itself. So the valuable things about this kit is, number one, very, very, very good resources to do landscape stuff, right? So you could just put this in the background. Maybe it's like a fossil dig or something. Maybe you're in the middle of a jungle. Two mechs are fighting in the jungle, and you see like the head popping out of one area. Cool, right? Another thing that's pretty cool about this is, because it's bone, it's supposed to simulate bone, it'll give you a lot of practice with weathering, right? Dry brushing is a must with this kit, right? I remember building Warhammer kits with Necrons, and having to dry brush the bone structure of the actual figures themselves. It gives you more practice in doing so. So this is, I in my opinion, is a very, very, very good kit.
Yeah.
Everybody should at least pick one up just to either practice or to make something out of it.
And it's a dinosaur.
It's a dinosaur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, my first thought, and that's the next kit, in terms of a diorama, was actually making a museum exhibit.
That is true too.
So that picture, that's Sue the Tyrannosaurus from the Chicago Field Museum, one of the most famous Tyrannosaurus skeletons.
Mm-hmm.
And already we have the plastic color is already pointing us in that direction. Mm-hmm. And as I said earlier, I'm not a big fan of stands, but in this case, I think if I actually go through with this, I will actually use some kind of steel rods or whatever. And if you look at the skeleton, like the rib cage, there is this looks like a ribbon that goes through the ribs, and that's basically a ribbon of steel that's holding up the ribs. So there's an exoskeleton that's underneath.
Okay.
And some of the bones are wrapped in this steel ribbon and basically held together.
I want to take a look at the older pictures to see if they have some of that stuff.
No, they don't. They don't have. These are clean bones.
Oh, okay. It's the
so I'd actually have to build or create the sort of that understructure and create a stand for it, as it were. But for once, I think I actually like the idea of having a stand, except this time I have to build it. So.
Another thing that I see some people very big enthusiasts to do with this kit is to actually build the kit first, maybe paint it, probably not, and use plasticine or something to recreate the actual Tyrannosaurus.
Or just do the muscle mass thing.
That's
or do a half and half thing, so you just turn around it's a skeleton and then you turn around it's a dinosaur.
Yeah. Kind of like those mechanical clear half type of things.
Yeah.
Or those medical models.
Yeah. What the other thing you can actually do with it as well, it would be a little expensive, and I don't know if it's we'd have to see what the parts are really like, but create sort of bone armor for either a figure or for a Gundam, so
Monster Hunter much?
Yeah, very, 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 very much. So
guys, what do you?
Couldn't hear you.
Sorry, can you please repeat that, Jay?
What do you think price point wise this kit's going to be? Because it looks like this is a new market they're trying to get into.
Well, it's a pretty big kit.
$40.
So...
Oh, more than that.
More?
I'd say 60.
Yeah.
It's a 35-centimeter dinosaur, and the parts look very detailed. So.
Yeah, well, everything's gotten more expensive these days too. So.
All right. Well, since we're talking about pricey kits, let's move on to our next.
Oh boy!
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh jeez.
We're in Keith's territory now.
Ooh.
Bougie, so bougie.
But this company,
everyone's reaction to this.
3 gold statues. When I say statues, little tiny statues.
Holy crap!
We'll just go starting off with the beam rifle Gundam. Next slide, please. So the majority statues. This is based off of a 1/100 size Gundam statue.
Oh, okay.
You're looking at 300,000 Canadian.
Okay.
That's
Now,
a shitty condo in Caledon.
And these are solid gold, right?
Yes, they've made them out of pure gold.
I
Those are
hope
fixed
so.
statues. But to make them even more rare / more expensive, they're only making a run of 20 per statue.
Mm.
Right? You buy this. Unfortunately, I couldn't get pictures of it, but you buy this, and it comes with a case with LEDs. You know, the whole thing, a certificate, etc.
Okay.
This one we're looking at right now is the smaller out of the 3. It's it's called the Beam Saber version.
That's
of
a whole car.
Yeah.
That costs
but
as much as a car, like
That's
a
a
new
Lambo.
Corolla.
this one is
It's less than a Lambo.
Well,
Yeah,
the other one was a Lambo. This is
the other one was a Lambo. This one,
Camry with all the fixins.
Yes, you get your spoiler on your Camry.
this one rate on it. It's just smaller than 1/144. Right. Again, limited run of each 20. Right. It comes with its own certificate, authentication, etc.
Yeah.
It bet